Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to FILMspiration, inspiration for everyone through the lens of a filmmaker. My name is writer director Edgar Ibarra, and here I've got another treat for you guys, Mr.
Eduardo Venegas.
Eduardo. How you doing, man? Thanks
I'm
for
doing
being on the
well.
show, brother.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Eduardo, so let me go to make sure. Yeah, we're good on Facebook, brother. Anybody out there in Facebook land? If it craps out, just let me know. Juan John, hey, what's up, man? Juan John is a guy that actually went through all the 50 states looking for work on Craigslist
Oh
using his
wow,
phone, and then he had his like herramientas. He's a handyman. He does a little everything, and I did
awesome.
a story for him on Channel 4, not for
That's
him, but
awesome.
also about him. So you guys, so this week, it's been about 2 weeks since the last FILMspiration episode with Mr. Eric Schumacher, and we had mentioned a Mr. Eduardo Venegas. Eduardo, you guys made a short film, correct?
Correct.
And let's start off with a correction. I called it a feature film. Turns out it's a short film. So tell us a little bit about the movie. Now it's called Bonaparte, right?
Correct. Correct. The,
Okay.
the short film is titled Bonaparte. It's actually a story that was written by an award-winning author by the name of Ronnie Stitch. Ronnie has a series of books that are titled The Assassination Race, and Bonaparte is based on some characters in the series of books that she has written. We were really fortunate to have met and spoken to her and come across some work that she really would have loved seeing in film. And so it's based on the characters of Father Martin Bonaparte and his father Adrian Bonaparte, and basically it encapsulates what I like to say is corruption, politics, cartels, and everything that entails corruption in this day and age, and it also includes religion. So it's people ask me about that, and I always say I see it as a psychological thriller that encapsulates all of that. So it takes place all in one day, and it's what transpires from the beginning of the day until um, the end of the night. So it's a pretty fast-paced story, and we try to capture a lot of the story within a short period of time. Right now, it's a short film format. It's around 24 minutes right now, so um, it's been a project that's been that I've been working on for some time, and but yeah, I'm really excited about it and looking forward to sharing it with everyone here in Tucson. Obviously, we're going to start here in Tucson.
Yeah.
We're hoping to take it elsewhere and screen it in San Antonio as well. So yeah, it's been a really good project and a real learning process for me. So um, yeah, it's a pretty interesting movie from the beginning to end because it's as you know with short films, you have a short amount of time to really get your content through from the beginning and end and get your story across. So it's a very fast-paced movie. So
Eduardo, so talk to us about what is it in the story yourself as a director? What do you try to go for with because I like the word that you meant. I liked two words that you mentioned: psychological and thriller.
mm,
I like those movies like The Pelican Brief, The Firm, Michael
mm.
Clayton. Personally, I'm just kind of drawn to those movies, so I think that's really cool that you even mentioned those, which is a genre that's not one of your main ones out there. So why, what, how did that come about?
Well, for me, and I consider it a psychological thriller because it's basically, I think in a lot of movies there's storylines that actually walk you through in every aspect of the story. But for me, Bonaparte, I wanted to tell a story without. I always say to people, less is more.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
me, and that's really how I approached this. I really wanted to kind of show a story that there's some insinuated violence, and I've always been a big fan of, you know, sometimes you don't even have to show the act of violence to really get your point across.
so sometimes like for example, although not a perfect film, The Blair Witch Project,
Right,
that movie played with you up here,
right,
not because of what it showed you, but because of what it didn't show you.
correct,
And
correct,
so you employ
correct.
that technique in the film.
Absolutely.
That's exciting.
Absolutely.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I think that I mean for me it's a very intriguing way to show and tell a story without actually taking the viewer by the hand and actually having to show them every aspect of it. So,
we got Layla Herring. She's a local fashion designer. My favorite genre.
oh, awesome, awesome.
That's really cool to hear, Layla. Sorry to cut you
Yeah,
off.
no.
So
It's
Eduardo, do we want to roll the trailer?
Yeah, please do.
And then we can come back.
Absolutely.
We'll come back to us and back to the trailer, back to us, etc.
Okay, absolutely.
Okay. So without further ado, what do we have right here?
So this clip you'll be seeing is just a teaser trailer for the film Bonaparte.
Okay. Which will be screening and debuting tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the screening room. Layla, you know where that's at. I know you showed up at the film festival. Thank you so much for doing that. Tomorrow night is the full short film at the screening room, 7 p.m. And here's the trailer. Thank you very much.
There are things in life that only some of us are meant to know. Because if you knew, you would spend your life praying that you didn't. Like I do.
All right, everyone. That was the Taylor Treaser for Treaser. I can't talk. That coffee's not kicked in, man.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good.
Bonaparte, man. Bonaparte. So that was so you first released that a little bit ago, right?
I did.
Which got me curious. Um, you know, all this time later, and I'm still curious about it to this day. So talk to us a little bit about that, like the visuals, what we just saw, etc.
Okay. Well, a lot of the visuals you'll see in the movie, and as you saw in the trailer, are pieces of footage that I shot. And one of the things about that's unique about this film for me is that I actually shot it in several cities.
Sorry to cut you off again. Let's also say hi to Tony Alvarado.
What's up, Tony?
César Escamilla.
El César Escamilla. ¿Qué pasó, César? Ojalá te encuentres bien.
Lee Bryant, my cousin. Hey, what's up, Prima? How you doing? Hope everything's good in LA. So
this film I actually shot in several cities. I shot in San Antonio. I shot in Phoenix, St. David, Arizona. I shot here in Tucson, and so it's a culmination of several different locations. So the footage you saw was shot in different places. Some of it was in Phoenix, some was in San Antonio. The actual story that it's based off actually is based in San Antonio.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it was really important for me to actually shoot as much footage as I could while I was down in San Antonio. And it's interesting because a lot of the cityscapes that you'll see in the movie, I had actually shot that way before Bonaparte even came my way. I was visiting my brother, and we were driving downtown. And one of the things I love about San Antonio, and I always have since a kid, is their cityscape, their skyline. To me, it's one of the most beautiful cities. And I had my camera with me while I was visiting, and we were just downtown driving around, and I took some footage. And like a lot of filmmakers, you have footage that you save, and you just sometimes you don't touch. And it was just really coincidental that when Bonaparte came my way, it took place in San Antonio, and I started looking through my footage, and I'm like, wow, some of this is perfect for what we want. And so it just fit perfectly. So it's unique in the way that it's a short film, but it was shot in multiple locations, and
Wow.
it's been, it was a lot of work to do that, but for me, I wanted to stick true to the environment of the story,
Yeah.
because for me that sometimes can sell a storyline without having to really do a makeshift location and try to create something. And I much rather shoot it in a place that really does pertain to the story, and it allows the viewer and or reader, and I say reader because this is obviously based on from a collection of stories or books that were written by Ronnie, and so I wanted to stay true to that, and that was really my focus, is just to try to stay as true as possible to what she had in mind when she started writing it. That was really important to me. So
Cool.
yeah,
And you know what? Being making the type of film that's gonna have an angle or maybe an execution where it's more of realism versus zombies or other genres. That's not it's not easy to do
no,
because you have to, in my opinion, eliminate the acting from the acting. And what I basically have asked my actress to do in the past is show me something real. Show me real anger. Show me real concern. Show me real this and that. Just make it real. Give
absolutely,
me the human ride.
yeah, absolutely. And having said that, it was one of the things that I was really adamant about with the actors in this film, because this movie, unlike a lot of films out there, it's not about action. There's not tons of scenes where chases and all of that. What I relied on was the dialogue and the reaction that I was looking for in the actors' portrayal of their character,
Yeah.
because I think that genuinely, when you're watching a film or a scene, the way that the context is being portrayed, just the simple gestures that we show in our face, and the way that we say things, and the way that we do things are much more powerful than actually showing a lot more. So I think sometimes simplicity in that sense is a lot more powerful, because it's very I don't know, it's like you said, it's very real to me.
Mhm.
And I wanted that to be conveyed in the dialogue. I wanted people to connect with the characters, just in their gestures and how they did and said things. So it was really, really the focus. And if you speak to any of the actors, that was one of the things I wanted. A lot of them, there's a lot of close-ups on their faces, and I wanted them to genuinely feel what they were saying, and and act out in the sense that people can connect with them on a for lack of better words, on a human level.
And I think that when it comes down to it, a lot of times, um, I like your use of the word human, because a lot of times when it's one, I mean it's the reason why when you meet somebody on Facebook, you want to go through their I know this sounds bad. You want to go through their photos.
Yeah,
You want to see, like, maybe what they looked like last year, their previous profile picture,
right.
because it's human to human interest. And so when there can be that connection, I think that's, for myself personally, that plays more of a role. And for me to be able to connect to a story like, for example, Michael Clayton or The Godfather,
Hmm.
versus The Walking Dead,
Yeah,
I really did not connect. I know it's a good show and all that, so I know a lot of people like it. And if
yeah.
you do like it, I don't mean to offend anyone, but
No,
I'm not a fan of the show because a lot of talking. But for those human stories, I really like that aspect, that you're venturing and into doing that type of a
yeah.
story. Eduardo, so let's go ahead and roll it. Let's see if if audio is low. All right, let me see.
That's my cousin Vero.
Hi, Vero,
Hi.
how you doing? Um, Audio is low, so well, I got the audio pumped up. So what if we talk a little bit louder? Would that help? We could talk like maybe two deaf guys.
I think we
So,
can do that.
yeah. All right. So we're gonna Omar. Hey, what's up? That's my cousin Omar from LA.
Oh, what's up,
So
Ahmad?
and what's kind of cool is that we've had audience as far as South Korea, Japan one time.
Oh wow.
So just kind of everywhere. So it's
Cool.
really, really cool
That's
to be able to
awesome.
say hi to everyone. Everyone, so this is the teaser trailer to Bonaparte. Eduardo, this is, so you're going to debut this short film when and where? Tomorrow.
So tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. we are going to be showing Bonaparte at the screening room, and the screening room is located at 127 East Congress Street,
Yeah.
downtown Tucson. And you know, I actually specifically wanted that venue because you know it's the heart of the downtown.
Yeah.
There's so much
Yeah.
going on, and you know we wanted just
There's a lot
to
of
have
energy there.
yeah, there's a lot of energy, and I wanted it to be a public screening so that you know I didn't. It's a free public screening, so for me it's more important just to get people in there to watch it. So
How much to get in?
it's free. They don't have to pay to get in.
What? Really?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
just, oh, wow.
So what I
Okay.
did is I just ran it for per hour.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
come out,
Bro.
and anyone and everyone. Please
Okay.
bring people that you know. Bring people you don't know. Just bring anyone and just bring people. You know, I just want to share it with everyone, and that's really you know. And realistically, more importantly, I wanted to share the work of everyone that took part in it. That's more importantly why I'm doing it because you know I want everyone that took part in it to see their what they worked hard for. And
That's cool. So you basically broke down the money barrier.
Yeah.
People can just say, come on,
Yeah.
come, like, you know, if you want a beer and popcorn,
yes,
by all means, but
Yeah.
do support the screening room. But
absolutely.
that's cool. You broke down that financial barrier. That's a really neat idea.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. For me, it was more
kudos,
fun just to get people out there and enjoy the evening.
So we've got Veronica Vero Gonzalez,
Mhm.
Suerte Primo.
Gracias,
Leila
prima.
Herring, I'm in Puerto Rico right now, so she's
Oh.
actually, so Leila, you're not gonna be able to make it. We're gonna miss you. Pero dice éxito.
Muchas gracias.
Okay, so without further ado, Bonaparte, the trailer,
Please.
and again tomorrow night at the screening room. Here's the trailer teaser. Enjoy.
There are things in life that only some of us are meant to know. Because if you knew, you would spend your life praying that you didn't. Like I do.
Yeah, that was the trailer teaser to Bonaparte, directed by Eduardo Venegas, written by Ronnie
Stitch.
Stitch.
Correct.
I'm very much looking forward to it. Now, what is it that you like to bring out of the audience? Do you like to take the audience on a thrill ride? Do you like to take the audience into a place of total suspense? Or, you know, what do you like to try to do with the audience? Or do you even have the audience in mind as you're designing and directing a movie?
You know, in all honesty, when I was directing this one in particular, you know, I shot it specifically so that it kept them intrigued from the beginning until the actual moment that you know at the end of the film. So I did have the audience in mind, but at the same time, you know, it was a story and the ambience of the whole thing that really captured my interest in it. You know, somebody was asking me about that, and one of the things that really that I enjoy about films is and particular subjects.
Mhm.
You know, like I like to do stuff that shows a different side of life. And when I say that, it's like things that happen at night. You know, a lot of people don't understand that at night, you know, there's just a complete different world that a lot of people aren't used to seeing. And this in particular, when I started to shoot it, I already knew how I wanted to do it. I mean, realistically, I visually had already, you know, thought about it, because I don't know, there's just something about shooting things at night that show a whole different vibe and a whole different life outside of, you know, your everyday, you know, you know, things around you. So in your everyday environments.
And going into that, for a little bit on the technical side, Eduardo, shooting with DSLR cameras since the DSLR, I don't know if we can call it a revolution, but ever since the DSLR cameras like Canon, Panasonic, Sony, etc., really started becoming, you know, still cameras a lot, started becoming the filmmakers' tools. Those sensors, for those of you guys who don't know the basic photography terms, the sensor, call that like the iris of your eye. And very much like the iris of your eye, can take in a very little light and still create an image, like when you turn the lights off in your house and you're walking around with the light coming inside and outside. So what I'm getting at is basically, from what I've seen, you were able to really pull out the night and put that onto the screen, right?
Absolutely. And you know, that was, like I said, initially when I first started doing a lot of the pre-production planning and all of that. That was already how I wanted to shoot it. I wanted to shoot a lot of it at night, because I just think that some cameras have the capability of drawing the colors from streetlights and, you know, traffic and all of that. And to me, you know, when you see it on the screen, it's just completely different than something that's completely lit up and set up, you know. And that's really why I chose to shoot at night, and specifically with these cameras.
It looks great. My childhood friend Rafael Surio in Orlando, Rafael, correct me if I'm wrong, says that was awesome.
Awesome, great.
Danny, how you doing, man? AJ, bring back film. Are you talking about actual film, like celluloid film, brother? Because if so, man, like I don't know if I could have the money to work with film, but is that what you're talking about, AJ? And have you worked with film versus DSLR? What's your opinion? It sounds like you're a fan of pure celluloid, right? And
yeah, you know, I mean, it's like vinyl records. People always want to revert back to what's the original. I mean, it's like anything, but you know, unfortunately, financially, sometimes film is way too more you know, much more expensive than being able to shoot on something digital. And
Rafael, sorry to cut you off again, brother. Rafael also, night brings the audience more suspense.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I can't read with the down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's true, man.
I believe that. Yeah.
That's true. That's why, like, I recently revisited The Silence of the Lambs. Not Hannibal, not all those other ones. I'm talking about the original one. And when you're thinking about Clarice, Buffalo Bill's got the night vision goggles. She is in sheer darkness. You know that, and you absolutely fear for her. You're terrified for her because you know that she's in sheer darkness. She knows it. She doesn't know that she's being watched from nearly feet away by a murderer. And so yeah, nighttime does things.
Absolutely,
it plays with our minds and whatnot. You know what? United People for Latinos in Film, Television, and Theater. Thank you so much for sharing the video. I do appreciate it. I hope everyone's enjoying the video. Again, this is FILMspiration. We've got director Eduardo Venegas. I'm writer director Edgar Ibarra. Just a little thing that we do to talk about what's going on in film at the grassroots level, mainly yes here in Tucson, because this is where we're at. But thank you very much for sharing the video. And Alexis, what's going on? Chuy Santiago. Chuy's a filmmaker, and he was actually at the Chicano International Film Festival in LA last October, I believe it was. Made this beautiful documentary, boxing, bro.
Oh wow!
Yeah, if you're a boxing fan,
I am a big boxing fan.
Chuy, give me the name of the doc. I apologize so much. It's escaping my mind right now. Los Hermanos. I know it's about the brothers, their last name, but I do want to mention it here. Eduardo, what do you say we take people back to Bonaparte?
Please.
And so for those of you who are just joining in right now, This is the Taylor, yeah,
I
Edgar,
like
the
that.
Taylor, the trailer teaser. And this always happens, you know. And then this is why I get coffee to get wired, and then I'm still getting tired and sweating in the room
No,
right
no,
here.
no. From now
But
on, that's how I'd like you to refer to it. I actually like that.
this is the Taylor
The
tweezer,
Taylor teaser.
to the trailer teaser to Bonaparte,
Yes.
which will be screened tomorrow night at the screening room in
Yes.
downtown Tucson, and it's free.
It is free.
It's free.
Yes.
So come on out, you guys. 7 o'clock, the screening room downtown Tucson. If you're not here in town, we'd love for you to drive on in. If you're that crazy, that'd be awesome. Without further ado, here's Bonaparte and Alexis. No, Chuy Santian. Talking to Chuy Santian, brother. Maribel Ibarra. Oh, that's my wife.
Buenas
Yeah.
noches.
Hi, my love. This is Eduardo. On the other side of the house. All right. Without any further ado, Bonaparte.
There are things in life that only some of us are meant to know. Because if you knew, you would spend your life praying that you didn't. Like I do.
All right, everyone. So that was Bonaparte again, the Taylor Treaser. Oh my
Love it.
God.
Love
Oh
it.
my God. All right. And this is forever recorded on Facebook, brought to you by the interwebs.
It's a brand new term invented by Edgar Ibarra.
A Taylor
Tweezer.
Taylor Tweezer. All right. So Rafael said you want to work. Chuy, thank you very much. That wasn't me, brother. This was Eduardo. This is Eduardo Venegas. Chuy, that's our documentarian.
Oh, hi, Joey.
Eduardo,
Buenas noches.
this is Eduardo's short film, and so definitely not me, man. This is Eduardo all the way, and he's gonna be premiering it tomorrow night at the screening room, downtown Tucson, free to the public. Really, really cool. Um, Rafael, you had mentioned above in the comments you want to work together. Man, that's what it's all about. It's about coming together and make something happen. Eduardo, talk to us a little bit about, because Rafael, if you lived here, bro, seriously, I'd get you in touch with, first of all, the other martial arts people here in town, but we do something, bro, because I've worked with the martial arts people who've been kind enough to do short films with me in the past here in town. Robert Linden,
Yeah.
and who's in LA now. But I mean, Eduardo, that's what it comes down to. It comes down to your local community coming together to make film happen, right? Like
Absolutely.
You're doing it. You took it upon yourself to say, you know what, I'm going to tell this story, right?
Yeah, and I think it's important that people know that, as you mentioned, it's a community, and you try to find people that are like-minded like yourself that'll actually, take the time and help you and kind of, bring something to life. With me, I work all the time. I'm always working, so I try to do things when I have the time, but I'm always shooting. I'm always doing something because I think it's really important just to get, learn your craft and try to get better. And that is the goal that I have for myself, is that every project, I just want to continue to get better. And I want to get better on everything I do. And, but, finding other people, I mean, it's interesting, but I shot this, I have a very small crew, and I've had people that were consistent in helping me and other stuff that have helped me on this project. But for the most part, I ran camera. I mean, I was running audio at times at the same time directing, and I produced it, and so it's been a lot of work. Yeah, I'm the editor as well, and so there's a lot of work that went into this, but again, it's about reaching out to other people, and it's just important that people know that, especially here locally in Tucson, know that I'm always willing to help and also work with people, and in fact, I'm hoping that this will actually allow other filmmakers here locally to be able to see what I'm capable of doing, so that if there's anyone out there that wants to do something, I mean, by all means, get in touch, man, because I'm never out. I mean, people don't know me personally,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean that I'm not wanting to meet more people, and I'm hoping that during this screening, people will come out and just introduce themselves, as I will, because I want to meet more people, and that's really my goal, is to meet more people that are doing film, and hopefully just continue to work with the crew. That is my goal, is to find a good crew that is consistently doing something together, because that's really difficult to find, is a good crew that you can honestly say, this is what, and right now I'm building that. I'm building relationships with other people that have helped me. I had Dominique Giantoni, who did makeup for me. Fabulous, fabulous, special effects. Sonia Campbell, she, obviously I have much, much respect for her, because she's helped me out a lot, tremendously, with makeup. And Eli Parker, who, came out and helped with lighting and stuff. So for me, it's really important to find people, and like Drew Eshelman. I mean, that guy has always been, someone that helps me out in a lot of things. And so, and for that, you're grateful, but, it's also not something that they do all the time. So for me, it's important to find other people, and I hope to do that. And I just want to continue to work with people here locally and other places,
And we are living in a time. For those of you who are not too tuned into the independent filmmaking scene or whatnot, we're living in a time where not just in independent film, but on various fronts, no matter what your craft is, we're living in a time where if you're willing to do a lot, now granted you can't do it all,
right?
And I had a really hard time coming to that realization myself personally, but so you can't do it all, but if you're willing to do a lot, that means you depend on a few less people. That means that you can get your productions moving, and you get, in other words, things done.
Yeah.
And you get, in our case as filmmakers, you get films completed. And so it's a really, really neat thing to see your project, bro, come to fruition here locally, and
Yeah.
and just to see the healthy, see you as part of our healthy and vibrant film community that's just constantly active. There's constantly something going on. The more and more I look around, the more I see stuff going on around me. So I'm really happy for that, and I'm happy
Yeah.
for you in that.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, and I'm really excited to put the film out, and just allow people to see my work, and and just to continue to do it. And that's really, really my focus, is just to continue to get out there and shoot films. I'm currently talking to other people that are asked about doing other projects, and so it's just, for me, it's not a matter of not wanting to work with specific people or whatever, because I'm open to working with anyone that I obviously, like you said, for me, it's about when I can get out there and do that, and being able to have the ability to have the time and all that. So, it's really, it has to be really the good timing for me.
Yeah.
So,
What do you say we throw the trailer back on? Let's see where we're at, because I wanted to hit on. Oh, cool. Our time's good. I wanted to hit on two more topics before closing out. But again, this is the Taylor Tweezer, everyone.
the Taylor Tweezer. This is the Taylor
Oh my
Tweezer for
God.
Bonaparte.
No, you know what? You know what? My worst performance, and Eric, I do apologize, with Mr. Eric Schumacher 2 weeks ago. Glitches. I was beyond dead, so I had a lot of glitches myself too. But so anyway, tonight's better. At least with me, Eric, you were great 2 weeks ago. So here is the trailer teaser to Rafael Eduardo. I want your hat. Love it. So that's his production company hat.
Yes.
Maldito Films.
Yeah.
So bring it close to the lens like that. Isn't that awesome? Got the little kid on there. He's like,
Yeah, that represents me as a kid.
te decían el maldito.
Niño maldito cabrón.
All right, and Rafael, if you were in Tucson, man, oh man, I would go and I'd pick you up. I'd do whatever I need to do to get you to the screening room, bro. Again, downtown Tucson, everyone. Tomorrow, Saturday night, 7 p.m. Free admission.
Yes.
And if you want to buy me a beer, that is also okay. Buy Eduardo too for
Yes, please.
having
Before
been
and
part of-
after the show, please.
and some popcorn too. I'll just take one beer. That's it. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. The screening room. Be there, be square. Here is the trailer once again. Ta-da!
There are things in life that only some of us are meant to know. Because if you knew, you would spend your life praying that you didn't. Like I do.
All right, everyone. So that was the trailer teaser.
Love it. Tweezer.
To Bonaparte tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at the screening room downtown Tucson.
Yes.
And it's how much does it cost to get in, Eduardo?
Zero. It's free.
Okay, now let's talk about that for a moment because that just what that communicates to me is this big desire to share and just to make it accessible to people. And so talk to me about that because for me personally sharing, that's one of the biggest rewards. Like, hey, look at this movie I made and I'm going to share it on Facebook and stuff. So
well, as I've said to other people too, if nothing else, I mean, come out and enjoy the evening. For me, it's about being surrounded with people that not only do you not know, but people that you know, and enjoying the evening. And that's really why I did it, as a free screening, because I don't want people to feel like they have to come out and pay for something that they don't know much about yet, and they're not sure if they're going to enjoy it. If nothing else, come out, have a beer, and just chat. And so it was really more about the evening for me, and so that's why I chose to do that way.
In a way, it's at least my point of view, it's kind of like your gift to the community.
Yeah, I like to think so. Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
Eduardo, future plans for the short. We're talking more film festivals and whatnot, and then we'll put the trailer on one more time.
Okay. Well, the right now the goal is obviously screening here in Tucson. The next goal is to screen it in another city in San Antonio, because I think it's important to show a lot of people back there, because it's based in San Antonio. The story is based in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And I've always loved San Antonio. I'm from the area, and I grew up down there, and so that's really important to me.
Yeah.
Is to share my work with people that I know, and family specifically, really. And so the next step is to screen it somewhere in San Antonio, and then after that, we're looking to just submit it any and everywhere that it'll be accepted in a film festival that'll take it. So just to get it out there and again, just to share it with people, really.
Just try, and see where,
Yeah.
see who would like to have it as part of the festival.
As I like to say, I'm just gonna give it some legs to crawl. Let it
like
let
that.
it go through that. Give it some legs to crawl and see what it does and see where it goes. So
Cool. To close out, so we're gonna play the trailer for you one more time to close out. We hope you guys enjoy it. Again, the screening room, Bonaparte will be at the screening room tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at the screening room, which is 127 East Congress
Street, right?
And just go ahead and Google it. You'll find it in a heartbeat. The screening room, Tucson, and free.
Yeah,
free.
Please come out, and please come up and say hi. I mean, I want to meet as many people as I can.
You're not shy. You're pretty approachable and whatnot with regards to meeting people.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? I like to think so. So yeah, please come out, say hi, and again, it's just about making a community and collaborating with people. Really, that's really what my focus is.
Cool. And one more hello, Juan. How are you, my friend? Juan, he was in the Arizona International Film Festival.
Yes, I saw that. And I saw that he was there.
And he was in a beautiful film called Honeymoon. And I had to recall the title, but yeah, Honeymoon. He's one of the main actors in Honeymoon. Really cool little movie out of South Korea, and he came way from South Korea to the festival. That's really neat. Juan, I hope you're doing good, bud. Wanna be there. He wants. Oh man, we'd love to have you here, Juan. That'd be awesome, brother, if you could come back to Tucson. Juan and everyone else, thank you so much for tuning in. We're gonna close out one more time tomorrow night, the screening room, 7 p.m. for the short film Bonaparte, the premiere. Again, no entrance cover. It's free. Come on out. Here's the trailer one more time, you guys. Eduardo, thank you so much for being on the show, brother.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And see you guys there tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Good night, all.
There are things in life that only some of us are meant to know. Because if you knew, you would spend your life praying that you didn't. Like I do.